In the meantime, I will continue playing my indie games with the occasional sprinkling of like older, big important games. Like I don't play AAA games, but when I do, they're very old. Like Arkham City was a AAA game, but and Skyrim was a AAA game, but it's 1,000 years old. I don't know if the Hitman games count, but I don't care. I love Hitman 2 with every
They've
fiber
been
of my
out
being.
long enough.
Well, Hitman 2 has. Once Hitman 3 comes out on Steam, I'm gonna buy it too. But not I'm not gonna get it on Epic because screw Epic. Uh I don't know. AAA games in the last I don't know, like pretty much since Ubisoft hit it big with the Assassin's Creed franchise, around that time, AAA games have turned into like samey crap. Like every Ubisoft game is an open world climb towers to reveal maps. It just has different set dressing. Like there's Far Cry and
Mm.
Assassin's Creed. Even Assassin's Creed is open world now, and they're all the same mechanics shoved into the games that they used to be. And I'm like, and so many of them have they want to charge it 60 $70 for the game up front and then pelt you with microtransactions and battle passes and assorted other. And I'm like, I already gave you the money for this game. Stop trying to suck more money out of me, you record profit having sons of bitches. And I say this as someone who still plays 3 Blizzard games, but I only give one of them any money. So, and that's only when new sets release, because that involves actual, you know, work and effort rather than here's
Yeah.
a gun that shoots harder or something. I don't even know what these AAA games do anymore, but because they're all just they want to get you hooked and then make you squeeze pennies out of you. They don't want to actually be games that are good to play. Like the new Avengers game is a prime example. Like as far as I've been able to tell, it's perfectly serviceable, if a bit bland. But if I'm playing an Avenger, like a modern 3D Avengers game, I don't want perfectly serviceable and a bit bland. I want awesome. And that's not a thing anymore, apparently.
Play Lego Avengers.
Yeah, I should just get that instead. But I mean, I
For
haven't
that
played the
longer.
new Avengers
That'd be an
game.
older game. Goes right back to what you were talking about.
Exactly. I don't know. It just like the video game business, as far as the big publishers, has turned more into business and less into video game so much that for the longest time I didn't buy new games because I was broke. But I think because I was able to get out of the loop of buying the newest, hottest game, I was able to look at it and see it for what it was, and it's just there to suck money out of you, and it drives me up the
Yeah.
wall. For anyone who wants to hear this more nuanced and with more swearing and whatnot, you should watch Jim Sterling's videos. Every Monday, he has a new, or they have a new Jimquisition, and yeah, they've been really good lately. There seems
I'll
to be a
have
marked
to
improvement
check
ever
it out.
since they came out as non-binary and are now presenting as femme, and they just seem much more happy and into
Okay.
it, which is awesome. Yeah, the content of the videos hasn't changed though. It's still, you know, screw Activision and screw Ubisoft and screw EA and screw Konami. You know,
There's
but
some video game formats I really would like to see. Sort of like you're talking about Bloodstained. The Metroid was it is Metroid Mania? It's what's the
Metroidvania.
technical term? What was it?
Metroidvania.
Yeah,
Because it
Metroidvania.
started with the
That's what
Metroid
it is.
games, and then after Symphony of the Night, the Castlevania games took on a similar feel, and so the genre just became Metroidvania. Even though it's a stupid name and we need to come up with something better, it's a great shorthand. So that's like
Like like the
Souls
side
like.
scroller games. Those I still those to me are still a great format for playing.
Oh yeah, that's why there's
And
so many of them lately.
well, and that's the thing is there. It would be nice if some of them went back to that old format. You can. There's so many. There's just so much stuff you can do with that format that people have been going. Well, we're gonna 3D is where everyone wants to be. Yeah, but the problem is it's the market's so saturated with that 3D market that going back to 2D and side scrolling does kind of put people back into a little bit of nostalgia. There's so much you can do graphically with that
I mean, that's
yeah,
what the new Metroid game is gonna be.
that's gonna be side scrolling.
Yeah, Metroid Dread. Didn't you watch that? I thought we talked about that one week.
I thought it was gonna be a new Metroid Prime. Where it was
No,
gonna be
Metroid
3D
Prime
again.
didn't get announced. It's a new 2D Metroid game. Dirk is like, I really wish they'd do this. I'm like, Dirk, they're doing that. It's totally a thing. And Dirk's like, wait,
Well,
what?
I knew that there was Dread was coming out. I didn't know that it was gonna be that though.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the trailer for it, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought
there's your problem.
we were talking about that recently, like on the last time we did a Just Chatting stream. I guess not.
Well, I got mentioned, but I don't think the format. I registered the format.
Yeah, it's an old school Metroid game. It's gonna be sweet. Hopefully it's gonna be sweet, which is what we're all doing, is hoping it'll be sweet. But yeah, like I have a category, a dynamic collection on Steam that's Metroidvania games. And it's got, let's see, Apotheon, Axiom Verge, Blasphemous, Blaster Master Zero. Is that him? I guess so, yeah. Bloodstained. Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania. Guacamelee, Hollow Knight. Scroll. Iconoclasts. Scroll. The Messenger. Hell, The Messenger turned into a Metroidvania game halfway through. Outland, Owlboy, Shadow Complex. The Shantae games are listed here, but I don't know anything about the Shantae games yet. So I don't know if those are actually Metroidvanias or not. Sundered, Steam World Dig, Time Spinner, Unepic. Like, there's a bunch. But mostly it's indie games doing that sort of thing because they're mostly 2D, and 2D is by and large cheaper and easier to design. But it's not like it's a dead format, is what or dead genre is what I'm getting at here. Oh, Shantae is Metroidvania. Okay, cool. I know I own like 3 of them and have every intention of playing them, but I just haven't yet, so I don't actually know anything about them.
I remember several years ago getting really wrapped up in and enjoying Cave Story a lot. But for some reason, something happened and I didn't get back to playing it for like a week, and then I never got back to playing it ever again. So I never finished it.
Was Cave Story a Metroidvania?
I feel like it was, with the way that getting stuff let you do more stuff to go different places and blah blah blah.
Cool. I never played Cave. I'm just aware of Cave Story, but I
It's
never
good.
actually played it.
It's
I
good.
thought I
haven't
had
finished
it.
which I did.
Maybe it's in Oh, this game. Okay, yeah, I recognize this. This is totally a Metroidvania game. Yeah. I was thinking of something else.
Blunking.
No. I know Spelunky. It's something else that's either got the word cave or the word story in it that my brain was jumping to instead. Yeah, Metroidvania games have always been a genre I like. They're so long and involved that streaming them is sort of a pain. Back when I was trying to, only stream things that went onto YouTube, Now that I don't have that compunction anymore. Hell yeah, let's play Bloodstained. Finally.
Although Mega Man games also go on to that as well.
They're not Metroidvania games.
Yeah, that's true.
They have discrete levels. Some of which you can go back to, like in the Mega Man X games.
That's my jam. I love the Mega Man X series.
I never played any of the X series. I don't know why. Something about, what do you mean we have a whole new system and they're not continuing with Mega Man? They're making this other character? I'm out. Because I was a dumb kid.
I thoroughly enjoyed that they took all the best parts of Mega Man and then they allowed him to climb walls. And slide. Now, later on in the series, they kept the old abilities. You know, like whenever a character goes into the sequel, that they have to give him amnesia of some sort, where they can strip him of his power, so you have to go and acquire the stuff that you started off with. That was not the case in the Mega Man X games, where you got the dash boots. Well, you had the dash boots in the next game, but this time you got to dash up, and then there's, it was you jump dash, where you would jump into the air and then you could dash sideways after you jumped into the air, and then the third one is where you could dash straight up. But the problem is when you do that, you've got so many things going on that when you get to a situation, you have the problem of there are too many things for me to look at, and so that was my problem with the third one. Is I tried to play that one recently, and I'm trying to get to this energy tank, and I'm going, well, I've got this, let me try this and do this, and for about 30 minutes I'm trying to get to this stupid energy tank, and I never did get the energy tank because all the things that I was able to do in the previous games, I did them, and I just could not figure it out based on what I had. And even with new stuff, I still couldn't figure it out. And so it's a case of there's too many things going on for me, instead of just streamlining it down to a handful of things for you to master.
So what you're saying is you're bad at this game.
I'm really bad at that game. I only beat one boss. The other bosses, there's some levels that they're little gimmicky things that you're supposed to do, and I never figured them out. And so there were a lot of levels I never got to the boss because the level beat me, and I just was like, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just go play another game. And I did.
Chat mentions that the Mega Man ZX games are Metroidvania games. I've never even heard of the ZX games. So, Oh, the ZX games are on the DS. Oh, but there's a Z collection with them on the Switch. Okay. Is that on Steam?
No. The original and the X anthologies are on Steam.
Nope, here it is. Mega Man 0/ZX Legacy Collection. Oh, it's on my wish list. Ha! You were wrong, Dirk.
Never mind, I'm a liar.
Neat. Excuse me, I sneezed, so now I sound like a coke addict. In the odds and ends that I just posted today, I got 2 odds and ends posted, one from this show and one from Monday Night Magic. And Dirk had the sniffles, and for some reason they were so loud that particular day. And Dirk actually went off on how his students probably thought he was a coke addict because his sniffles were just bad. Like every time Dirk would sniff, my ears would be like, oh God, I don't know what it is about that particular night, but it was awful. And you were like, sorry. And you kept trying to mute to sniff, and we would get like the first part of it.
Ew, ew, ew. I was trying.
See, it's cool. Dirk doesn't have to be a moral compass because this isn't a Manipool episode, so it's fine. Doesn't matter if he lied.
Yeah. Well, we had a discussion earlier before we started the episode, and I, you know, was like, I'm going to go off on my little tangent, and be a horrible person. Whenever I was going through having our discussion earlier.
It wasn't that horrible, but then I am
Yeah, I know.
not a good yardstick for that sort of thing. Hey, pinball through 10 bits. That's why it's okay. Brian isn't rambling. That's true. Yeah, Brian mentioned last week, I think it was in between the odds and ends and actually starting the stream. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to record next week. And then didn't say anything again about it until last night. And I went, oh, right. Thanks for the reminder, I guess. But then these two also didn't say anything. So
Yeah. We're also bad at this game.
they really are. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just play Bloodstained tonight. And Dirk's like, let's do it just chatting. And Mike was like, yeah. And I went, really? Okay, let's do that instead. That's awesome. I had a headache last night. Like a tension headache, the back of my head and down into my neck, that came up while I was dashing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know if dehydration helps add to a tension headache or something, but it was really hot yesterday. And even though I had a drink with me in the car, it wasn't, helping with the headache and the dehydration. And when I got home, I was like, all right, I'm going to eat and drink more and be in the AC and take some drugs and see if any of that helps. And if so, I'll stream Bloodstained. And it didn't help. In fact, my headache got worse after I ate instead of getting better. And I was like, And so last night, my head hurt so bad that this is how bad my head hurt. I went to the grocery store because I wanted ice cream and I didn't have ice cream, and that made me sad. And I really wanted ice cream so I wouldn't be sad with a headache. So that's what I did. My head hurt so bad that I went out and bought ice cream. I don't go shopping at night. Like, especially ever since, COVID happened, I go in the middle of the day when there's few people there. Mm-hmm. And if I don't go in the middle of the day, I say, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And if I don't do it tomorrow, I say, oh, well, I'll do it next week. Like, I don't go on weekends and I don't go after, 5 o'clock. I just don't. But I wanted ice cream. So I went to the grocery store. I bought ice cream and bananas and some Pringles. And, no, that was it. And you know what? I ate ice cream and I felt better. It didn't help the headache, but I felt better. And I finished the what did I watch last night? I watched something last night that was really good. Damn it, what was it? I mentioned it I watched Safety Not Guaranteed, which is a very strange movie that has Aubrey Plaza in it. And I enjoyed it thoroughly, even though it was really weird. Aubrey Plaza and the guy from Creep, which is another bizarre, indie horror movie that if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have zero idea what I'm talking about. But yeah. And after it was over, I realized, after the movie was over, I realized, hey, my headache is gone. Should I go stream? It was 10:30. I went, never mind. But at least I had ice cream. Because I can't think of very many things in my life that wouldn't be at least moderately improved with the addition of ice cream.
Yeah.
True.
Unless... I mean, I think I am a little bit lactose intolerant, but not bad. So since that's not a horrible issue, just there we go, ice cream. I finally made a Hitman video, like an honest Hitman video, instead of a Kraken. That went public today. I love that game so much. It's so good. The way that all of the systems interact and the AI works, and the way the levels are designed. Oh my god, the level design in Hitman is just freaking insane.
It was something I had heard and that I kind of enjoy is, you have a good game when there are more than one way to come around a problem. Where, all right, well, instead of the level design being you have to, you forces you to only come at a problem from short distance, that sometimes having a game and level design in such a way is like, you know what, I'm just gonna take out this guy from halfway across the map, and if you can do it, problem solved. Like I think, what was it, outside Xbox, one of the guys had to do some sort of mission where he was supposed to assassinate somebody, and you're supposed to do all this elaborate stuff to do it, and he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot this person from, across the way. It's like, it's a 1 in a million shot, and he did it, and he got the guy, and he was like, oh my gosh, I just killed him from halfway across the map. And I got credit for the kill. Which, again, you're not supposed to be able to do, but you can. And the fact the game allows you to do it is even better.
Oh, yeah. Like, the thing about Hitman, it's not even the assassinations themselves. It's, like, the littler problems. Like, oh, crap, that guard saw me do something illegal and he's coming this way. There are multiple solutions to that problem as well. Like, you can just leave the area and change outfits, or you can hide in a box or a closet until he gets bored and goes back to his routine, or you can shoot him in the face, or
whack him. Problem solved.
Or
no one else is around.
If you're not, you're going for the better score, you can knock him out and put him in a box, or like or you can throw a coin over there. Like, if you're trapped, you could throw a coin or something over there, so he goes, what was that? And turns around, and you can run around behind him and get out. There are any number of ways to solve the little problems, not just the, how do I kill this target? And I appreciate that about Hitman. You throw a gold bar at him, exactly. Or a wrench, or a didgeridoo that I stole from the guy in the subway. Whatever. There's a guy, it's not a subway, it's the passageway under the racetrack. There's a guy sitting there playing an instrument with a little hat out, so you can give him coins. And he's got a didgeridoo behind him, and you can just take it. And now that you've got a melee weapon that's a didgeridoo, and you can knock people the fuck out with a didgeridoo. And that makes me a happy Chewie.
Well, one of the things I recently, this is like a week or so ago, that I was able to do is on Netflix, they, I can't think of what the right word is, they not uploaded, but they added a bunch of the old Gundam series, like the original. Now, instead of having the episodes, they did the like mini movies where it's the original series, but they went in and they cut a lot of the nonsense, a lot of the stuff from episodes that was just filler, and they took all the important plots and everything from the original series, and they turned it into 3 movies. And I was able to get through and watch those, and I wanted to watch the series years and years ago, but unfortunately, I think I watched like the first or 2 episodes, and it just felt like it felt like watching old Voltron episodes. But the movies they included on Netflix, they do a lot of let's get to the interesting plot stuff, the stuff that drives the plot. And I really thoroughly enjoyed getting to watch that and get caught up on the series. And then Char's counterattack is also included, where, again, it pushed that original Gundam series forward. And they've included a bunch of new Gundam stuff as well. I really enjoy the Gundam Wings was my intro into the series, but I was aware that these were older ones that were part of the original story and plot of the Gundam universe. But I've enjoyed getting a chance to watch those. Back to some old nostalgia stuff.
I never got into Gundam or any kind of anime, anything. Even Gundam Wing, which should have been right up my alley back in like late high school and early college.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't get into that. Just Dragon Ball Z. And mostly that was because I had knee surgery and I wasn't able to go anywhere. So when Toonami would show the 2 episodes per night, I would like hop on the phone with Scott and we would watch the 2 Dragon Ball Z episodes together over the phone and then hang up. Like that's the best way to watch Dragon Ball Z, by the way, is with someone else.
Oh yeah.
Or as Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Yeah, for me, we didn't have cable at the house, so like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were the main ones that aired on network television. So I got really into those, and then
They aired on network television?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon aired on network television.
What network?
Can't remember if it was. I think it was Fox.
Whoa.
It was either Fox or ABC. No, it wasn't ABC. It had to have been the Fox affiliate.
That's cool. Oh man, jumping back to He-Man for just a second. I love that the He-Man transformation in the new cartoon is so blatantly a magical girl transformation. Like, it always was, but they're leaning into it in the new cartoon.
Where it makes it a silhouette of them and it's all sparkly until they have finished their transformation.
Oh, yeah. And even the colors and everything. It's so blatantly magical girl, and I am here for it. Because He-Man is just a magical girl. He's just a magical He-Man. It's like he gets stronger and hotter? Sounds a lot. With bright pastel colors and sparkles? This is pretty much that, yeah. Wow, did we just come full circle with the He-Man thing?
Yeah, right back to cartoons. Best place to start, best place to end, too. Whenever that time comes.
I mean, it is 10 o'clock. Do you guys want to go ahead and call it?
Yeah, might as well.
There we go.
So we did start with cartoons, and we're ending with cartoons.
Oh, yeah. So do we have any final thoughts, or is that not a thing for this? Because it's just an episode of Final Thoughts.
I'm about to say, that's been the whole episode tonight.
It's true. This one's been good. I might have to put this one up on YouTube, like, as a one thing, or maybe break it into, like, 2 or 3 pieces, like I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I try to, when I break them up, I try to break them up by topic, so the length varies. It's not like, okay, here's a 30-minute chunk and a 30-minute chunk and a 30-minute chunk. It's like, okay, here's until we got done talking about cartoons. And then here's where we ranted about politics. And here's where...
Yeah.
Because politics always comes up as a point of conversation.
Well, as we've gotten older, we've realized that it's not the sort of thing we can ignore anymore, which I wish more young people would understand. They're like, I don't even pay attention to politics. Well, you will, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, especially when you get older.
So you might as well start paying attention now while you're still formative. But either you pay attention to it now or you regret it later. Exactly,
Amen
Ben.
to that.
Exactly.